Christian, thank you for that. And speaking of truck driver appreciation, our very own Grace Sharkey, host of Road Dog Radio's Drive Time with Grace Sharkey. I don't know why that name was escaping me. I should know that off the top of my head. Drive Time with Grace Sharkey. Grace is with us right now talking about some exciting things that she's doing for Truck Driver Appreciation Week on the radio show. Grace, tell us what's going on today and the rest of the week.
Yeah, we've already had a pretty fun week so far yesterday. So we got a week full of giveaways. Every single day we have wonderful partners with Freightways coming on the show and giving away their own swag and even some free subscription packages. So yesterday we had St. Christopher's Truckers Relief Fund on, and we were able to give a swag bag away from them to one of our callers who called in and also was able to give a shout out to one of his favorite drivers, actually driving companies. So all this week, drivers get to call in, give shout outs to maybe their mentors or other drivers that they feel appreciative for. And it's just a really great atmosphere. And we had a really great time with Shannon yesterday and even John Kingston on the show as well. Today, we're going to have Brad Hudo from truckstop.com coming on, and we're going to have some swag bags coming out with them too at the end of the episode. Wednesday should be really fun. Of course, Wednesday is our 3PL day, so we'll have Mary O'Connell with us for the first half of the show, and then C.H. Robinson and OTR Solutions will be a part of that show as well. So OTR Solutions is going to be giving out a free subscription to Elevate, their new program for owner-operators and drivers for a full year, and C.H. Robinson is going to be giving out some of that literally swag that we've been able to check out so far. And then on Thursday, we have Convoy coming on. They're going to give out packages of swag to drivers as well. So that should be a really fun day. Grant is going to be on the show with us. And Grant was actually the first live in-person interview I was able to do at Matt's when I first took over the show. So it'll be a little nostalgia there for sure. And then we'll wrap up the weekend with some time with me and Ingrid taking calls as well, which, the audience is a big fan of Ingrid. Whenever she comes on, we get a lot of calls, not just thanking her for her work, but asking her a lot of veteran questions so they can learn more about the industry. She actually had a secret admirer on a few weeks ago too, which is kind of cute. And so we'll be actually giving out 2 bags of Freightway swag on Friday as well. So I figured it's a fun week, and what's actually really incredible so far, especially yesterday, of all the shout outs that we got from drivers, all of the things that they were appreciative for were non-tangible. Just transparency, communication, raises on a regularly scheduled basis, reviews, things that we wouldn't consider appreciation or maybe more of this like monetary gift bag type of stuff, but just the common decency of truly realizing what their job is doing, and then making sure that they're treated like even office employee that's a part of this industry as well. So that was just really nice to see, and I'm excited to get all this swag out and have our listeners really enjoy a different type of appreciation from us this week.
Yeah, so Grace, we reported on a survey that was done yesterday on what the truck. The survey wasn't done on what the truck yesterday. We reported on it, talked about it for just a quick moment, and it found that 67% of the drivers felt like they were appreciated, right? Which is down, which is still pretty good. 67% is pretty decent, I think. But it's down from 96 a year ago, and you can imagine during just coming off the pandemic and stuff like that, people were really highly aware of what they were doing, in tune what was going on, right? 67 is still good. Hopefully, it doesn't go any lower and it goes back up. But the question is this: when you're talking to those drivers and stuff like that, the swag and the appreciation and stuff like that is good. What are some of the things that you glean from them that everyday citizens walking around that happen to maybe run into a truck driver here or there or something can do that would show them a little bit more appreciation and go, okay, people actually understand we're here?
Honestly, I'm going to kind of reverberate what I said yesterday, and mostly because yesterday I did get an extra hour in my day where I went down to the truck stop near me and just went up to drivers and said, hey, it's Drivers Appreciation Week, and thank you for everything that you're doing. And just flabbergasted was like the best way to like describe most of their faces. First off, you know, it's like my perky self walking up to any individual, but they were just so thank you, you know, like appreciative that people that aren't their dispatcher and aren't their maybe owner, someone that on the surface might seem outside of what's happening to their everyday life, just saying thank you and showcasing that they even knew what today was, and then sparking up conversations and asking, because you know these guys and girls, they're in their trucks all day, so imagine it's the same for if you were in, I mean, working from home, right? Even the situation I'm in, or working in a cubicle that you can't really get out of. You just want to kind of mingle with other people out there and have them, you know, say that's an incredible job or what an interesting opportunity that you have. So I would just really stress that everyone out there today, if you're traveling, maybe swing through a rest stop, walk over some trucks, say, hey, thanks so much for what you're doing. That just a little sunshine, I think, makes them really happy to be a part of this, and at the end of the day, smile goes a long way, right?
Special, and she's definitely a special part of our FreightWaves community here. Is there anything, any stories that she's told so far being on your radio show that have really stuck out with you?
I would say the biggest thing, a couple weeks ago, we had a really great episode where we just talked about some of the favorite lanes that she likes to drive and these like little towns and diners and things like that you might not know of unless you are on these roads on a daily basis. And that pulled a lot of callers in. A lot of people, you know, I don't know my maps 100% well. I know the major highways from the brokerage days, but it was just really cool to hear them like communicate about different exits and different like lane crossings and things of that were really gorgeous views, different animals that they see on the road. The more of like that really interesting lifestyle that we don't all get not being in a truck every single day. And the one thing I will say to this about this incredible woman as well is like even yesterday I called her during the afternoon to tell her about shaking hands, and she was out working and advocating for drivers at like 2:00 in the afternoon. So it's like she was even she was too busy for me at the time. So it's like I think it's incredible to know someone like that who's so behind the scenes, who's so in tuned with a lot of the big actors that are part of different factions of a driver's life, that she's out there advocating and explaining to people what a driver needs. And she's, you know, very proud of herself and should be for the work that she's done.
Yeah, absolutely. And the drivers sacrifice so much, and she sacrificed so much, just like all the other drivers, and still her attitude is unbelievable. But I'll give you a little hint. Yeah. Don't get on her bad side.
Right? She's a feisty one, that's for sure.
I've seen it. I was a bystander, but I've seen it.
I love that.
All right, Grace. Well, if people want to catch your radio show, where can they go to do that? Let's point them in the right direction today.
Yeah, so head over to SiriusXM, channel 146. You can check the show out from 5 to 7. If you miss it, you can check it out later on from 11 to 1. And also episode on the weekend, too. So check that out there. And then if you have the app and you miss it, they do have on-demand episodes online. So you can always go back and listen in your own time as well.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much, Grace.
Thank you, guys. Have a good morning.